Hi guys, my name's Jackie, and if you don't know who I am, my family and I are missionaries here in Northern Ireland. We live in the village of Portadown, but we serve in the village of Rich Hill, and we are so incredibly blessed to be here. When we first got called over 2 years ago, I couldn't wrap my head around why God would have us come to a place that proclaims to be Christian. And as a believer, it was really hard for me to understand what he was going to have us put our hands to. But as we've come to a year, which is so amazing and such something we're celebrating so big right now as a family, is that we've found that church has become just a checkbox exercise. It's just something that is done because that's what's required or what's expected of people here. And it's not the place where people find family or community or a heart for the Father. The wonderful thing that God has sent us to is a church that loves people, that loves the community, and desires to see God move in the community. Something that we've been doing over the last year is moving away from a Sunday centered reality. And we have come to a place where we really want people to see the church as the people and not the Sunday morning exercise. Sunday mornings are so important, but they're not the meat and the bones of what's happening in the world. And it's not where we see God move the most. And so, as a community, the heart behind the church in Rich Hill, Grace Community Church, is that we would see community grow. And God has put us in a place where we are connected to people who understand our heart and share the same heart for the village and for the people of God like we do. This past June, we got to participate in a um, countrywide kind of church festival where churches came together and got to participate and worship together. It was amazing because if you know anything about the history of Northern Ireland, there is separation in church between Catholic and Protestant denomination. Even Christian Protestant denominations are separated. If you go to one church, you go to the same church your whole entire life, and you never even socialize outside of that. It's crazy to think that the body of Christ could be so divided. But the thing is we're seeing a resurgence of a desire for unity. We're seeing people come out of their old ways and start afresh with a hope and a desire to see unity in the body of Christ, putting aside the desires to do right and to be right, and to instead love unconditionally. It's really incredible to see what God is doing here. Something that I'm actually leaving on today is to go on a prayer trip. So a few of us are going to a couple of different cities and villages, and we're going to be praying over the island and over each of those cities that God would break any strongholds and he would continue to move in the hearts and the minds of people there, that they would come back to the love that their generations once had before them. It's incredible to see what God is doing and the things that he's birthing in his people. It's incredible to see the fire and the passion that is being stirred here in Northern Ireland. And all it has taken is loving the community. It's been really cool because our church is so focused on community that a few weeks ago we did a community outreach event where we had a VBS and we had sports nights for the teenagers and we had village cleanups and a big barbecue at the end that brought so many people just around the village who heard about it just to come and be in fellowship and be in unity with one another. It's just incredible to see what God is doing. I was thinking on Hebrews 12 the other day, and I came to verse 29 and I was thinking, it says our God is an all-consuming fire. I wondered, what would it look like if we as God's people allowed that all-consuming fire to consume us? What would it look like to be people who are no longer the sinful selves that we used to be, but completely consumed by his love and his grace and his mercy and his beauty? That we could live lives that are so on fire for him that it doesn't matter what we're doing or how we're doing it or what it looks like or what comes of it. That the reward is simply him. And that we get the opportunity to serve him and love people for him on this earth. I love you guys, and I am so thankful for all that you are doing in Jacksonville and all that you have gotten to do around the world as partners. We are so incredibly grateful for your support. Without you, we wouldn't have lights or food or anything. And so, I want you to know that when you are partnering with us financially and through prayer and through just your encouragement, that we have been sent so much encouragement this year. When you're doing that, you're fanning the flames in us. You're stirring in us that all-consuming fire. I love you guys, and we are praying for you, I hope, more than you're praying for us. And we love you.